Hi there, I'm Jackie Glazer, and if you're watching this, it's because you'd like to know more about It's Going to Happen, the 9-week program that I have created for single women. And if you're watching this, it probably means you're single and you're so sick of it. You're stuck and you've tried everything and it doesn't make a difference and nothing's shifting. And so you're looking for some answers as to maybe what could help. And it also is a tough experience dating in the Jewish world, especially because there's a feeling that there's something wrong with you when you're single, and it's really tough because it chips away at your self-worth. And then you think, well, maybe there is something wrong with me, and maybe I'm cursed, or maybe like, why is this not shifted? Why is everyone else getting married and I'm not? And you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be alone forever. It's never going to happen. And then I'm going to end up a cat lady and die in my apartment alone, and no one's going to even know. Right? Okay, I mean, I'm exaggerating and dramatizing, but I have had those experiences because I lived this. I lived this for many, many years as a single woman in the Jewish world. It was really hard. I know all the ins and outs of the nuances of it. And I also know what it takes to shift. And I know what it takes to really look within and to even just check yourself. Am I doing the maximum I can in all the different areas? Because what we tend to do is focus on certain areas. We focus on just contacting people for dates and going out on dates, and some people date a lot, right? And they just keep dating. And other people focus a lot on the spiritual way of connecting. So like praying a lot and really crying and really in the prayers, and they trust God and they're in that process, but maybe they don't call the right people and do the physical, practical steps as much. And there's other people, which is rare, who will look inside on the emotional level and see, am I blocked? Am I blocked subconsciously from the very thing that I so deeply want? And this is really the area I wanted to touch on today, because what people don't realize, especially, is that we have to also focus on ourselves as the vessel. Am I really truly open with as much of me as I can be to receive that blessing of being married and to receive the kind of guy that I actually want? What if I don't need to settle so much? We all have to compromise, but what if I don't need to settle on the important things for me, right? What if I really could have that guy? What would that look like? What would that feel like inside? And so what happens is there's a conscious mind that wants something, we want to get married, and then there's the subconscious mind that has all sorts of fears and hesitancies about it. And so what happens if we're not aware of the subconscious, it creates an internal conflict and tension between the very thing we want and then the very fears that we have. And the subconscious mind is designed to protect us. So it's trying to protect us from our fear. Let's say my fear is I'm going to fail, I'm not going to be a good wife, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this thing off. So in order to avoid that feeling of failure, the subconscious will then create resistance to getting married, because it's better to be in pain and not married than actually go through and get married and fail. And so it protects us from that feeling of failure, which obviously doesn't work, because without us getting married, sometimes we feel like a failure, right? If I want to get married and I can't, I feel like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do what I want to do, right? Why can't I get married? And so it doesn't work. So we have to address both the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. But how do you do that? A lot of people don't know how to do it, and that's what we cover in this course. In this program, I show you through the experience, through the process. It is not a class. It is not a series. It is not therapy, and it's not a quick fix. I just want to make that really clear, because a lot of you are emailing me saying, can I join your series and can I join your class? It is not that. It's the furthest from that. I am your coach. I'm going to be in your corner, and I am with you every step of the way. Just like an Olympic athlete gets a coach to help them win gold, their highest goal, right? And that coach is in their corner. They're with them every step. They're strategizing. They're feeding back. They're giving them input. They're giving them direction and guidance and support. That's what I'll be doing. You have me for 9 weeks solid with you. I'm in your process with you, and I can afford to do that because I take a very small amount of people on board at one time. And so what is this course? If it's not all those things, what is it? It is a journey of profound growth, transformational process where you learn self-mastery about how to master your internal world and your spiritual connection. And so we look at a group coaching model like this. Involves me jumping on a group call with you once a week for 8 weeks. And we do it with a very small group of single women who are all in the same boat, all going through the same thing. And for the first hour, we talk about different topics and ideas that are very relevant to what's going on, and do certain experiential processes where you'll get a felt feeling of what I'm saying and you'll learn how to apply that. I set you homework to do in between, and we also discuss it amongst ourselves. The second hour is Q&A. So any questions you have get answered on the call. You submit them before, and then you get access to me in between the calls, so that if anything comes up through your week that you're learning and practicing, you get to speak to me and access me. The other thing that we do is we have 2 mindset sessions each over the 9 weeks, which is that you get me one-on-one, where we deep dive into anything you want to deal with in a more personal level, in a private way, and that you get access to me, and you also get access to the community. So we have a community, meaning the women in the course with you, and they're all going through the same thing, which concretizes your growth. And so this is a multi-tiered layer of support that can support you getting where you need to go. And so where is it that we need to go? So where do people come out of this? People come out of this feeling confident, feeling clear about dating, about how to show up authentically on the dates, about how to create more real intimacy on the dates, about how to pick the right one. What am I looking for? Is it even realistic? Is it accurate? How do I know the right one's in front of me? That's a really big one, right? We also look at the spiritual effort and hishtadlus, right? We look at trust in God. Like, how's my bitachon? Do I need to strengthen that? How do I actually do that? It's the how-tos here, not just talking at you in a class. How do I actually do it? And also prayer. Like, I'm so sick of saying the same prayers. Like, surely do I just keep doing that, right? What do I do? So we talk about the spiritual, and then of course we deep dive into the emotional, and we speak about the emotional blocks and the things that how do you even get clear on if you have a block, and how do I clear it if I do? So we look at our emotional reality around marriage, and how do I really feel about that? Can I really visualize it? Can I see it? Can I see myself there? Just like an athlete would visualize, hitting the goal or getting gold. And so we go through all of those levels with this multi-tiered support. And I'm only looking for people who are making this a top priority, are as invested as I am in your success, and want the result of feeling completely themselves and feeling worthy of receiving the most amazing man of their dreams into their life, and knowing that they're clear and open and willing to receive that. So if this sounds like something you'd really want to do right now, especially August 9 is the beginning of Elul, going into Rosh Hashanah, the most powerful day of the year, when our year is determined, right? So hopefully many people will be getting married. We want to stand in the right place. We want to stand in the most powerful place we can be on that day. And the month before, we have extra help to grow and transform. It's a very powerful month. So if this sounds like you, and it sounds like you're leaning towards it, but you're a bit scared and you're not sure how to make it all work, just make a discovery call and get on a call with me. We'll brainstorm it together. I'm with you. I want this to work for you. And don't let anything hold you back from making that call, because we can discuss it. So Jackie@JackieGlazer.com. Email me. I'll send you my calendar link. We can make a call and we can work out what do you need to make this happen, because you're worth it. And I hope to speak to you soon.